Good morning everyone and welcome to day 3 of the Flower Festival. I have got a couple exciting sleep reports today. We got the main sleep into today, which was a 100 sleep score, and then I have a nap session as well. And so before we jump into those, I just want to quickly cover my strategy. Currently right now I am running the Gengar and the Tyranitar and the Ditto. The Absol is mostly here to give some additional cacao. I'm starting to build up the extra ingredients that I'll need for the Sunday breakfast. And so essentially, if we have a look at my bag here, I'm trying to stay afloat in terms of mushrooms and leeks and beans and the ginger. For the most part, beans and ginger is not a problem. The Tyranitar is really productive. The leeks are a bit more rare, and so it could be the case that I'll have to swap in the Doug Trio at some point, and the Gengar is just working its way. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do lunch today and dinner, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do breakfast and lunch, and then after lunch I will start to prepare for the Sunday breakfast. So that means I will be using my cooking power-up Pokemon and the triple Dedenne that I got. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Hoping for some huge meals Sunday morning. If I somehow can crit the breakfast with a max cooking pot with that 400 size and a bunch of cacao and everything, I think the meal could potentially be upwards of like half a mil Snorlax strength. So that should be pretty huge, especially now that it's Thursday afternoon and I'm already at 1.6 million. This event has been very crazy for me because Salad is my strongest week. All the Pokemon that I make Salad are Snowdrop Tundra Pokemon, and I got a 50% area bonus. So with that said, we should jump right into the first sleep session here, which is a 100 sleep score. I played it extremely safe today just to make sure I could squeeze as much power out of this sleep session as possible. So you can see that long line at the end there. Alright, it's a balanced type. That is crazy after all that work. So here it is, the event bonus. Today is a record for me. 2.5 multiplier because of the full moon on a Wednesday. This is pretty huge. Look at this. 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 361. New record. That is insane, man. I got a top belly sleep, 2 3-star, 2 2-star, and 3 1-star. So that's pretty huge there. Screenshot that one for later. All right, let's see what we got. Is it a bunch of Gulpin this time too? Yay, Slacking top belly. I'll take it. New sleep style. That'll help me towards reaching the next goal whenever that comes out. Oh, I forgot to mention. I put on a luck incense and some other incense. I don't remember which it was. Yeah, I blanked. But at the very least, I know I put a luck incense on, so I should be getting a lot of dream shards. Yes, the growth incense, because of the stacking with all the full moon effect. So I got like 700 experience on all of my Pokemon. That was pretty huge. Got a Krogunk, a Jigglypuff, a Togepi, a new Abomasnow. That must be like Blizzard Sleep. Please let me have a Blizzard Sleep. Yup. Nice. Abomasnow is the Blizzard Pokemon, so that makes sense. Another side note is I've stopped hunting for the Snover. I just can't find it. I'm either getting Abomasnow or just Snow Snover, so I've just decided to give up on it, and I'm hunting Delibird going forward. So I'll just be camping out a Snowdrop until I find my Delibird. So no Delibird today, at least not in this sleep. And we'll see if it shows up in the nap session. The nap session should be around 80 mil, which is pretty huge. So that should be pretty strong. I'm curious though, there is one hungry Pokemon amongst these. It would be very funny if it is the Slacking. I do have a premium biscuit in this session, so I will consider feeding it. Oh, it's the Wobbuffet. Hey, I'll take a Ghastly. And I'll take a Togepi too. Yo, what's up, Togepi? I only feed them when they're hungry, but I just can't help myself. Hey, a mega hit. Guess that was bound to happen at some point. I've been feeding these Togepi for a while now. Alright, so... yeah, guess I'm gonna feed the Ghastly here a little bit too. Not a mega hit. This would have mattered though. Not like on the Togepi where it just got full for no reason. So, got a Togepi befriended. And I still have a premium biscuit. Not interested in a Toxicroak, not interested in a Jigglypuff. I really need the inventory on the Abomasnow if I'm gonna go for it, but for this long hunt for Snover, I feel like I've just given up on it, and it's gonna be the Delibird going forward. So, not gonna get a Wobbuffet at that point. I think the Cleffa is the only thing left here for me to catch. Cleffa is a berry specialist. There we go. Clefable with the metronome ability, or main skill rather, with the 3.5% skill rate, which is pretty decent. And as a berry specialist with ingredient rate of 17%, that's pretty good. A lot of the berry specialists like to have sub or above 20 rather ingredient rates, and that can be a bit frustrating. So I wouldn't mind a good Clefable. Yeah, there's nothing else here for me to catch, and I spent my premium biscuit. So let's move on here. That was a big session. I think overall... honestly, in my mind, Slacking is a D-tier Pokemon, so I'm not going to give out the candy. Gengar is a really, really strong ingredient Pokemon. I think for the most part, people have moved on from the Wigglytuff, so I think the better candy here is the Ghastly. 360 million. It's funny how the higher Drowsy just feels weird. I wonder if there's some balancing coming in the future, and that the game is just not ready for it yet with these high scores. I don't know, man. Alright, so I do have a really, really strong Togepi already, so I don't expect to find anything here. Ingredients don't matter. Dream Shard bonus, skill level up S, XP, skill trigger, ingredient finding, speed to help up. So overall, not too bad, but on the Togepi, you would like some skill triggers. If I bring up the Togekiss here. Togekiss B tier in my opinion. It is a skill focused Pokemon, so you for the most part want the skill level up M and skill trigger and the main skill up nature. It is decently fast, so you don't really have to worry too much about the speed. And because of the low ingredient rate, having berry finding on it is going to be huge, combined with that speed, especially at Cyan Beach. And I mean, 5.3 on the skill rate is not too bad. I'm hoping at some point that Togekiss gets a buff because it gets the average skill trigger, and that can be quite low value at times. So, Relaxed Nature, I don't remember this one. Double Honey and Apple. Let's see it. So skill, no, wait, let's jump back to the Clefable here. There we go. Helping speed is huge on the Clefable as a berry specialist, and it's got the skill trigger too, and that's pretty nice actually. I'll take it with the metronome, especially when it evolves twice. If it somehow has the berry finding at some point, it does. Ooh, this could be huge. Sleep EXP bonus inventory. I'll take the skill trigger S, honestly. I'm a fan of that metronome main skill, especially with a 3.5 skill rate. The big thing here though is I would like speed up nature, energy recovery, and EXP gains down. You know what, this is not bad at all. Unfortunately the BFS comes in late, but because it has skill trigger and the helping speed M and a somewhat neutral nature, I guess it's worth keeping around. I'll probably go on a long hunt for this one as well. I like to go all out on the berry specialists, particularly when my collection overall is so ingredients focused. It kind of makes sense for me to just hang out for the time being and just stack up on the candies for the berry specialists so that when I decide on a particular Pokemon, I just zoom in on it and level it all the way up to level 50 or what it is, like the Raichu in the making. Another thing I can mention here is we got some news today that there will be an update, a news update. So we got an update about an update coming today, and it is going to cover the Entei event. They were making some spicy heat references. So my predictions is there's probably a new area linked to it potentially. I know Jay in the nirtheart Discord has talked a lot about this volcano area. That could be pretty big. And they mentioned spicy chili. So maybe there is a new ingredient as well. That could be pretty huge. And I think potentially they could increase the max rank to level 60. I don't think we will get to see the main skill yet of the Entei. If I'm not mistaken, that was something they were holding off on for the Suicune until the Raikou until like right before the event. So that will be very, very interesting too to see, because it could make sense for them to just, yeah, and we're jumping into today's snap session, which is a 1.5 multiplier. It could make sense for them to just make them helper boost, all of them, and kind of round them out that way. But in my opinion, it would be somewhat boring too, because then you would kind of choose one of the legendary dogs, and maybe that is a way to go about it, because then you have three events, and overall you can just see which one's the better one. Maybe some of them are better for each area, like the Suicune obviously is going to be good for the Taupe Hollow, and Suicune for Cyan Beach if they are both helping boost. 63 million, that's rather low. I thought it would be more, honestly, but I messed up on the numbers, I guess. But yeah, in this session I also have an Eevee incense, so that could be pretty interesting. No top belly. Does that mean there is a Delibird here somewhere? There's the Eevee, Slowbro, Psyduck, Jigglypuff, Cubone, another Cubone, Abomasnow, Bellsprout, and Geodude, and I think that was it. Yeah. No Delibird. It has one biscuit left on it. So hopefully sometime it's going to show up again. I guess it's going to be crowded out a little bit by these increased spawns. I don't remember if Cubone is an increased spawn. That wouldn't make sense, but I know for sure that the Jigglypuff and the Bellsprout is. So let's see what happens here. I am going to get the Eevee for sure, and then we'll just have to see if any of these other ones are hungry. That was a lot of hungry. Alright, a blank Geodude. Ah, this is quite interesting. Where do I put my premium biscuit? I do have to use this one first, just because I don't want to be in a situation where I have to waste it somehow. I think the first thing I'm going to do is to feed one biscuit to the Geodude. I'm not particularly in a rush on the Golem, so I'm just going to do this one. Whoa. And then we can make use of that hungry. I'm also not too big of a fan of the Golduck just yet. It would be really nice with a double apple skill focused Psyduck, but I'm not too interested in wasting my biscuits just yet on it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna use it on the Cubone. I've been catching a lot of Cubone recently. It has made it all the way. Yo, a mega hit on it. I'll take it. Okay, so got a Cubone. And then I'm gonna feed the Eevee here until it is full. Or Mega Hit. That was a lot of Mega Hits. It was the Mega Hit on the Togepi, and then I got a crit on a neutral Cubone. That's pretty lucky. Alright, so got a Cubone. And an Eevee. You know what? I am tempted by the Psyduck. Let's just get the Psyduck too. Got a bunch to review here. Is it gonna be full or not? It's not. Alright. Got 3 more Pokemon to review in this video. Okay, is there something I've looked past here? Don't need more Cubone. At least not in this session. And I'm fine on the Geodude. So we'll leave it at that and review some of these Pokemon. And then obviously my Ghastly from that other sleep session is going to be overwritten by this nap session. So I guess it's going to be... Ooh, I can't choose the Eevee? Oh, there it is. I was like, wait, that makes no sense. Got a decent chunk of Dream Shards again. I'm thinking I could potentially use a Luck Instance for the main session here, but I'm thinking to just save it for later. Calm Nature. Oh, I don't remember this one. This could be bad. Double Ginger. I think I prefer Double Cacao. Or, yeah, Double Cacao on the Cubone. Just because you get 2 still in the second slot and that's better value. Helping Bonus. Energy Recovery Bonus, Helping Speed, Skill Trigger S, Speed to Help Down. Yeah, there was a bell in the back of my mind like, Calm Nature, it's not going to be good. Oh, man. So, for the most part, what I'm looking for is the Berry Finding. I'm not too picky aside from that. It would be nice with a Helping Speed and a decent Nature, but... Guess the hunt continues on the Cubone. And then for the Eevee, I am on the hunt for a Vaporeon. And what I'm looking for is Helping Bonus, Berry Finding, and Skill Trigger M with the main skill up Nature. So that is quite a high bar. I understand that, but now that I'm past level 40, I have a 1 in 7 chance of the Berry Finding, and we'll essentially have a 2 in 7 chance for those to, like, I don't exactly know how those stats break down. I don't want to do the math, but I have a decent chance at some point to get those 2 gold skills, and then I just need the skill trigger S or M, preferably a skill trigger S that I can sub-skill seed in that 3rd slot, and just the main skill up Nature. So, Gentle. I don't remember this one. Alright, let's see it, everyone. So because it is Friendship past 40, there's going to be 2 gold skills here. Helping Bonus, Energy Recovery Bonus, Ingredient Finder, Helping Speed S, Inventory with a Double Cacao. It is main skill chance up, so it was close, but it's not quite there. So the Helping Bonus is right, the main skill chance up Nature is right, but I want this one to be Berry Finding, and I need a skill trigger. And then I can go for that Vaporeon. So that was just additional candy, and the hunt continues. Alright. Is it going to be a good Psyduck today or what? Hey, Gentle Nature. We just saw that on the Eevee, so that's pretty good. I'm personally looking for... Let's bring up the Golduck. I'm looking for Double Apple. That would be pretty huge. And to an extent, I don't think the skill trigger rate needs to be any higher. But if you do get the Helping Speed skill trigger combo with the Berry Finding, that would be incredible. But this Psyduck is level 6, so the likelihood of Berry Finding is very low. And we just have to get what we just have to take what we get. So, Double Cacao. apples in the last slot. There is a skill level up S here in the first slot. Helping speed. Inventory, helping speed. Oh man, that was pretty close. I mean, if this had been skill trigger in the third slot, I would have considered it, especially if that helping speed S here was not clogged up by the level 100. Main skill chance is up, so overall a decent Golduck here. You can sub-skill seed this to the skill level up M, so that's pretty huge. And then you make it all the way to level 7 by using 3 more seeds. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting hunt for sure. I want to know first though how it all stacks up with the Suicune, because if it is helper boost, then potentially I'll rather go for Slowking and Slowbro, believe it or not, because then you can get those helper boosts up, and even though they're really slow, you can just pop the Suicune and get a bunch of tails that way. And overall, that's going to be pretty nice, especially on the preparation weeks. So you can do like an ingredient preparation week at Cyan Beach and do pretty well. And so I'm going to open up the missions here and see what's going on. And I think I should have enough sleep points to get a Master Biscuit, which is pretty huge. I was considering using the Raikou incense this sleep session, but obviously that only works at Greengrass Isle, so it's unfortunate. Okay, so going forward for the content, I'm gonna claim the 2 seeds, and then I want to claim the Master Biscuits, and then I'll have to get a couple bundles in between to have enough biscuits to go around. And that's interesting. It's the first Master Biscuit I ever purchased, but when the meta changes, you gotta follow it. So that's what's going on right here. Got a lot of mushrooms. If we check back into the bag here, I think the Gengar should produce around 50 mushrooms a day. So by the end of tomorrow, I should have a pretty good buffer. And yeah, the overall strategy here, as mentioned in the beginning of the video, I really want the mushroom, ginger, leek, and soybeans to be at a high level, and then stack up those cacaos so that I can have filler ingredients. Cacao is pretty valuable, and that's going to be quite interesting. So it's going to be lunch today, dinner today, breakfast tomorrow, and an early lunch tomorrow. And at that point, I'm stacking up the cooking pot. I'm working on that tasty chance, getting it all the way to level or plus 70%. And after that, I will bring in the berry Pokemon or the Pokemon that give very good filler ingredients, like the Absol with the cacao. And so this was quite an exciting episode. Set a new personal record with that 360 million. That's pretty huge. And the next exciting day this week will then be the Sunday morning. I think I will record the Sunday morning potentially. If anything, I'll do a screen recording and do some post commentary potentially. But yeah, I'm super interested to hear in the comments how your flower festival is going so far. So if you want to drop a few words of like what the Pokemon you've found so far are, if you found any good Pokemon, or what kind of strategy you're running, which area are you conducting research on. And if you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. No, later today with the news update. I'm gonna be like super fast on the news. I'm gonna cover it right as it comes out, and so it's gonna be exciting. Stay tuned for the news update. So thank you for watching.